At 145 Leavenworth Street in San Francisco's Tenderloin District, a new housing project features an unusual metal facade. The building is wrapped in these intricate, rhythmic, contrasting circular waves. These wave patterns are a literal transcription of sheet music. 11th grader Sophia Regenbogen won a competition to design the building's exterior by studying the neighborhood's history. She encoded the specific melody of So What into the metal, the signature track from Miles Davis's Kind of Blue. This corner used to be a dirt lot. Before that, it held the Blackhawk, the legendary jazz club of the Tenderloin. In April 1961, Miles Davis left the concert halls behind. He brought a recording crew into this tiny, crowded room to capture a live album in the heat of a San Francisco spring. The building now carries the physical imprint of the friction that occurred on this site over those 2 nights. The Blackhawk was an incredibly tight space. It forced an inescapable connection where the musicians could hear every glass clink and whisper from the tables. The venue was a known pressure cooker. Pioneers like Cal Chater used the club's raw, unpolished energy to record some of his definitive live sets. That proximity allowed bands to pivot based on the room's energy, shifting from cool bop to sweat-drenched Latin jazz in a single set. The Blackhawk's claustrophobic layout actively provoked the musicians and shaped the sounds captured on the master tapes. Miles Davis arrived in San Francisco with a mismatched band. He had hastily assembled this quintet after his previous collaborators left to lead their own groups. Pianist Wynton Kelly played heavy, bouncing soul jazz rhythms. Saxophonist Hank Mobley added friction, trailing slightly behind the beat. Miles Davis pushed against them both, using modal jazz scales for an open-ended sound. Miles was visibly frustrated with Mobley throughout the weekend. He would finish a short solo and simply leave the bandstand, forcing the others to carry the set without him. To keep the music together, the rhythm section overcompensated. They attacked standard tracks at breakneck speeds, playing with a muscularity that hadn't been heard in Miles's studio sessions. Out of this intense stress, they created a masterpiece. Critics now consider these recordings the gold standard for post-war jazz rhythm. Today, the audio from that weekend is a reference point for jazz purists. These performances are studied with a level of intensity usually reserved for studio masterpieces. Internet forums and reissue labels endlessly debate the tense dynamics between Davis and his band during these sets. Audiophiles value these recordings because they capture the raw reality of a working band navigating tension, complete with the audible background noise of the club. The physical Blackhawk Club didn't survive. City authorities hounded the venue out of existence, eventually leaving only an empty dirt lot. While the building was erased, the cultural weight of the music played on that corner remained. Sophia Regenbogen's design returns those audio waves to their original corner. The tension and brilliance of 1961 are now visible in the steel. The Blackhawk recordings have become a physical part of the street.